Hello and welcome. If this is your first time visiting, please be sure to check out my other repair videos. To support the channel for free, all you have to do is subscribe, comment, and like. Now let's get on to today's video. Hello guys, today I'm going to be talking about, again, the 1993 Honda Civic. If you watched my video last week, you saw that I was taking it on a road trip to Florida. And with things go perfectly, that means this is the day I'll be returning home, the day this video goes live. One thing that's always been a problem with this one is that it's very loud. Something's been wrong with the muffler since the day I bought it. I've never got up underneath it and looked at it till today. At highway speeds, it's drones, and it can be quite annoying, and I promised my travel companion that I would try to take care of that before I subjected her to 8 hours of listening to this thing moan and carry on. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to get up underneath it, the muffler here. I'm going to show you exactly what's going on with it, and this fix that I'm going to do with it. I say fix, it's pretty much a jury rig, but I think it's going to save us a couple of bucks on the new muffler, and I'll show you why here in just a second. All right, for the first step to get at this muffler, I've jacked the back of the car up, and I've supported it with a jack stand, and I've taken the rear wheel off so I can get in and take a good look at everything. Okay, as I get in here and start looking around, I don't see anything on the muffler itself that's causing this. You can see this is the Honda Genuine muffler, so it's probably the original one that came on it. But what you do see over here is this pipe that's got this big hole in it right here. So that's probably where the majority of my exhaust noise is coming from. I haven't got down and looked at the whole pipe because you have a joint here, and then then that next pipe has a resonator in it that runs all the way to your catalytic converter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take the muffler off of this car, and I'm going to show you what I've chosen to do as a kind of a jury rig repair. So with this product that I bought, I'm going to kind of give you a critique of whether or not I think that thing works. The first thing that I am going to do is I'm going to take the muffler off of this car. And basically, if you look down here at this joint, you have two 12 millimeters on each side is a bolt and a nut with a spring in between, and there's one on each side. So I'm going to take that apart. I'm going to hold one side with a box wrench, and I'll run the other side out with my impact. All right, no need to hold those with a box end wrench. The nuts are welded on the other side. Show you what I got. And that's what those look like when they come out. Our muffler is now free. The thing about it is has these rubber hangers that it holds onto it. All you just have to do is just pull those through. There's nothing to it. Get the muffler out and we'll get it up on my bench and we're going to take a look at it. All right, with the muffler off the car, it's just a matter of you have these rubber hangers that are attached to these rods that are welded onto your frame. You just have to get them through the hole. You just pull it off, and then the whole thing should fall down after you loosen up that front part. So after getting it off and taking a better look at it, it's worse than I thought. The actual muffler, it looks okay. There's no holes in it. That's not to say that the inside of it and just chewed out to nothing. But the main problem, as you can see, you have this is blown out here along this weld, and then on the other side, it's got another one right there, and you can hear it sounds like rocks rolling around inside the muffler. So, I mean, realistically, I need to just spend the 70 bucks and buy that part. But I'm going to give this a shot because I thought it might be kind of fun to try. What I did is I went to AutoZone and I bought this product right here. I don't know how well it's going to work. It's just some kind of super duper heat resistant tape that I'm going to wrap around this. But the first thing that I'm going to do before I wrap around it is I'm going to take an aluminum can and I'm going to cut a patch that size for here and another one for the other side that's blown out, and just form it around that, and then I'm actually going to tape the can to the muffler itself. All right, so what I've done is I've cut up a tin can of, you choose whatever your favorite beverage is, and got them shaped in size so I can put them over the repair like this. After you put that over the repair, then you're going to run the tape around it. I've got one for each hole that I have here. It also says that you need to clean the surrounding area off where the tape's going to be, and what I've chosen to do that is going to be a drill with a Scotch-Brite pad on the end of it. Set this up and let you watch a little bit of that. Okay, now that I have the repair area cleaned up a little bit, I'm I'm gonna go ahead and come in with this the patch. I've already taken out of the package. It's got plastic on both sides. It says to take off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap around and figure out how much I need for this one spot right here. Okay, so I'm going to go right about there, cut that off. And now I'm going to just remove that plastic from both sides of that. All right, one complaint I do have is that plastic coming off of both of those sides was a little bit tough. All right, so I'm going to get my my patch around here. Make sure I'll start wrapping things fairly tight. And it said you want it to overlap by about an inch on each side. So. All right, there we go. So imagine when that heats up that the tape is actually going to kind of glue itself to itself. Is that how you say it? All right, I'm gonna turn around. We'll get this other back part that needs to be done. And I'm gonna come back and show you the end result when I'm finished. All right, here's my quote-unquote repair. I'm not holding out a lot of hope for that. The new muffler for this car, the aftermarket, is around 70 bucks, which is not too big of an outlay for something that runs as good as this. So when it comes time to sell this thing, I'll probably just go ahead and do the right thing. I'm going to go ahead and get this back on the car. We're going to crank it up and we'll see what we got. All right, as you can see, I've got the nuts back in, the spring nuts back and holding the exhaust to the cap back. And then we're going to come up here and just show you what I was about. You see these rubber hangers? I just pulled them off at the top on each side after I had that loose and pulled it out. Put it back together, just slip it back over, and then bolt it back up. All right, I'm ready to get the tire down, back on this car and get it down the ground, and we'll give it a crank and see how it sounds. Alright, so there you have it, folks. It's quieter than it was. It's not making that loud moaning and droning sound that it was doing before. Do I call this a win? Not really. If you've only got $5 instead of the 70 bucks it takes to replace the muffler on this car, then yeah, go ahead and give it a shot. It can't hurt anything to at least try. I would say this car is probably 75% quieter than it used to be. I also suspect there's probably a problem with the resonator, from the catalytic converter back to the resonator up to the muffler as well. So I call that a near miss, a foul tip, something along those lines. It's not perfect, but it wasn't a complete failure. So if you guys have only got the $5 you want to try, go for it. If it doesn't work for you, come back later. I have a video showing how to replace a muffler on one of these things. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me today.